Hey, painting the study here. No one's around, so we could just talk as we do it. We'll try that out. Okay, picking some brushes. Yeah, actually, just for fun, I'll zoom out a little bit. So you see a little more what's happening. This is the entire space. Quite a good camera, actually. Yeah. But I'm not interested in capturing space as much. As this is a redo. Third time redo. Alright. And nice thing about redos. Oh, I don't like that glare. I do not. No glare for me. I don't know what's up for you. Well, that's definitely better. Okay. So it was a thing. Glare. Change my angle a little. Okay, because this painting is building up. That's also bad. How's that for you? Yeah. Okay, so I kind of got this light in front of my face. All for you. So, you know what's been looking at this and what's been bothering me? You got some black here. What? Did you say? Yeah, I'm just gonna draw some black. So I redid this and I added some more color and pop. I defined the road. I remember all that. We might even have that a video, knowing me. So what's been bothering me then was like this weird space that never resolves. So what I do with this kind of thing is I just get lost, you know, and a lot of times I take my glasses on. And then going back into black, and add some umber, burnt umber, my new favorite. Used to be burnt sienna. So yeah, some of you ask about like brush strokes and stuff, you know. This is the thing, it's like just do a lot of painting, right? So and then you'll start figuring out what works and what doesn't for you. It really doesn't matter how I do brush strokes, to be honest, because all I do is just try and get things down. But one good tip is just make sure, change your angle, you know, when you think about it. Don't just paint everything like a robot. Well, that brown's not good there at all. And the great thing about this painting is it's got built-in working. Pardon me, that's bad language. Yeah, I don't want that. We don't. It's got a build-up of paint and back into the black, just more black. So these shadows are already dark, but I can make them feel darker just by adding more paint. So did the original of this in 2013, and then I revised it 4 years later in 2017. I need some more black. I like this because this is the only quick dry black, really. I don't know why. Gamblin makes one, and it used to work, but it doesn't work for me, so I don't know what. Maybe it's me, maybe it's that. Maybe it's me, maybe it's you. I don't know. Well, very quiet day at the shop today. So, you know, I'm looking at this abstractly, right? That's somebody, what once said that all painting is abstract, and I totally agree with that. You know, you've got to, and that's why it's good to, you know, some artists get all like to have just giant piles of paint on their palette because they don't want to stop their focus or concentration to you know, do something else, right? But I think that's a myth. So this is another thing I'm thinking, yeah, this is like lovely, but I'm gonna set more of a stage if it's dark. Get some oil. This sets more of a stage. So now that was not a plan, but that is something I tend to do with revisions. And a lot more wiping off you can do on revisions. And that sort of works the paint in. Looks good. The swab. The swab. No matter what we do, we've introduced another value. It's much darker than it was. Now we're going to come over that with some other paint. Yeah, support my arm here. Got a painter's arm. Maybe it's painter. Anyway, we'll find a couple positions for my arm. So yeah, I'm just changing the approach to the way there's paint, and always paint in your brush. So here I just want almost a glazing effect, and I can pretty much transform it into paper tells your friend. Okay. Yeah, I did something to my arm. I took a fall or something. You know, you always hear about that happening to people when they get older. When you're young, you're like thinking, well, those poor old guys, you know. But even actually that, you know, maybe something hit you when you were young, you got over it. But trust me, it's a bit of a weak spot later on. My arm's been really worked from my years as a graphic artist, right? Graphic illustrator. Now I gotta make sure my shadows are all the same end. Yeah. These trees are so distant. Now what we're not gonna do is darken that. There's always a temptation to go in and do that. Don't do it. I did it. I did it for years. I'm speaking from experience here. Alright. Here we go. Yeah. So, okay. Yeah, so we're talking about that back there. So we're gonna do what's called some scumbling. Okay, so you don't want to just go gray, but gray could be, it's got to be part of what you do. I'm doing a little bit of black. Okay, I don't need a lot of paint, so that's going to be a bit of a foundation. I want some of that in there, but I'm going to use a bit of my burnt umber. Yeah, and then this is very cool. Too cool. So yeah, so we got a mixture like that. Oh yeah. You get some the paint box, right? permanent orange. It's permanent. It's orange, and it's groovy. Dries, yeah, it doesn't dry. It's like some colors you put on the palette if you don't do a painting or whatever for a day or so, refresh what's there, and they're dry. But the number one would be raw umber. That's the fastest dryer in my palette. Alright, so what are we doing? You say I'm getting bored. Yeah, I'm going to grab some of this medium. This is Archival Brown. Look at this thing. I put artist under this because I like it because it's affordable. It acts just like linseed oil, but and so I've added some. Yeah. Right up. So basically, you could take your old failed paintings. I don't recommend trying to fix them up too soon after you did them. That's not a good plan. And I guess here we got a brush. Yeah, ideally I might even want to use a bigger brush, but I'm going to go ahead. I'm actually going to put my brush in the oil first. First thing I do anytime I paint, I always dip my brush in my oil. That's got the quick dry in it. That's going to help any pigment dry quicker. So we have a thin mixture there, see ya. And now I also do a stroke on there to judge. Put that orange down, but I think the orange will save the day. It's more white and a touch of, I think this is cadmium yellow, which is going to be very opaque, which is fine reverse gumbo. That's going to throws everything off. Maybe it does. We're going to try it. Try a bit. Maybe not. This yellow is very predominant, so we're going to go with it. We're going live. And you go, well, geez, Mike, I don't like that better. Why did you do that? Don't worry. This is the other thing. It's got coating of liquid and stuff on it, so here's the effect we want, right? We just want it to go back. And this, we think, oh, this is nicely painted. No, nobody cares. It's way back there. We're gonna throw it back there, and we're gonna add a little bit of our number. Whoops. Too much is a good thing. That's adding saturation where I don't want saturation. So you're not just going lighter, you're also desaturating with this gumbo, right? Yeah, so. And this paint's very, very thin with oil. You can choose to be very delicate about how you remove it. I mean, like you could just wipe it all off mechanically. Or you can kind of artistically dab at it. And don't forget, we can go over the top of this with some more paint. This is why oil paint is the king. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time with other media. I'm just kidding. I love all media. All media, great. Paint with whatever you want. But to me, I have worked with, I worked with them all. And or simulated them at the very least in the computer. But they all have their purposes, of course. And so I respect different media for the different effects you can get. Don't get me wrong. But oil paint, you can stimulate almost anything. You can get a pastel look. You can do that on a textured board with removing a lot of oil from your paint. That was like a Tonalist trick. And he used pastels quite often too. You get pastel effects like that. Alright, so this problem, I don't love this new desk. I'm sorry, it's temporary. I'm going to sort this out. So I'm looking at this now, and I'm not loving, I'm going to get some more oil in this brush. This was my glazy brush. I feel like I want that warmer, but what wasn't working was the burnt umber there, so maybe a little of this permanent. Why? I don't know, because I don't know if I want that to feel so cool. So again, keep in mind that what we're doing here is adding a tint. But that's why you call the scumble, because the scumble is slightly opaque, where glaze is complete transparent. And it's very important how much is on your brush or not. doesn't want to apply stuff back there. It's like, I was working with another artist recently, and she was looking at some of my paintings, and some that I just do not like, and she really liked them. And she said that they had the illustrative quality. And this, there's a lot of arguments and debates about what's illustrative and what's not. And there's no point in debating it, because it's just a term that you're using to define something you perceive, so you're only going to go so far. But for me, the difference is I don't worry about delineating things. I worry about getting an impression of things across and a feeling. That's 10 times more important than any sort of literal accuracy. I don't really care about that at all. And most of the times in illustration, that's the point. But not always. I'm not dissing illustration. I was and still am sometimes an illustrator. I decided to use an illustration for the cover of my new album that's out. It's on Spotify and all these other platforms. It's Abyssm. It's ABYSSM. Yeah, sorry folks, my arm is definitely hurting right now. But it kind of hurts anyway, so I just support it. It's not like... Well, that's the other thing I noticed. Like, I'm trying to do some of this illustrative, figurative stuff. And, oh, this is cat yellow, by the way. This is a cheapy brush, but this is good. That's a DAS bristle filbert, yeah, number 2. I like number 2s. I do a lot of work, so whoa. He's going mad. He's going crazy. Stop him. That's too much. Yeah, I like the way you were saying. Yeah. But don't worry so much. Jeez. You're gonna get yourself a heart attack, yeah. It's all good. It's all good. Because we got more pain. We could always add some wine. But after right now, it's actually, okay, this is another thing I was thinking about anyway. It's like, how you paint, what you do, it's like going to be different depending on how you are and what's going on. Like, yeah, sure, my arm hurts right now, and this is affecting how I paint. But it's not the only thing going on. And ideas pop in my head, like, I like that blue there. I want to do a little something with the blue. So that'd be a color to mix, right? Get that black. Also, by the way, you notice I have one brush for my dark and another for my light. Sometimes that's it. And then usually a third for my medium, my greens and things. So we're talking about this blue. So why am I going to the yellow? Because if I just do straight blue, it's going to be crazy. But that's too green. So we're going to cancel out the... But I want to... Actually, I'm hitting a train wreck here. It's all good. Because they invented these things called knives. Okay. Back. Actually, I think cobalt. A little bit of cobalt. Fortunately for you, my left arm's good. And then, okay, we're going to need some touch of this alizarin crimson. That's a great color in skies. It's a great color for blue. Because it's a cool red, yeah? So yeah, I'm going for that. And then we're going to start bringing in some more light. Now that's just straight up lead white right now. See, this is all the futzing I do that you don't see. And you're already bored. Let's try that. I think it's wrong. Also, look how I left all this other color in my brush. We're going to wipe that off. Paper towel to the rescue. Oh, it's dead here. I hope that the YouTube doesn't stop me for the background music, because the store has a policy there. I guess I can advertise for them. It's called Bottle of Groove, and it's on this Sonos player. Yeah, the Sonos system. Excellent, actually. I highly recommend it. So Sonos, you can advertise on this, okay? And we'll share the proceeds, I guess, because I might make a whole 3 cents. So I'm still fencing with this color, but it's delicate. It's careful what I want to do. You'll see. So it's time to make a move. See? That was worth all the effort, you know? You guys don't realize I'm spending a lot of time sometimes. That was definitely worth the effort because I feel like that was isolated. Now people are going to think I'm talking to myself. That's actually going to be a modern thing. I think people are going to realize that people are talking to other people. They're going to be okay with it. This was considered the height of rudeness in public spaces, you know? That's all going to change. It probably has to change because, I don't know, you're probably enjoying watching this painting happen and getting live rambling, babbling, whatever. Okay, so as I'm going along, I'm going, yeah, I like that, I'm done. I'm going, wow, look at that pretty pink. Oh, that's pretty. So, let's get some of that. Now, this is going to be, a little bit of this alizarin, right? But we're going to cut it with this, because I want it to be, look out, this is pretty intense, so I'm going to cut it with this. You could even add some yellow, but I'm liking that. It's actually, I don't know if I'll be able to match the color, but I don't really care. That's another thing. Don't get too worried about things. Keep moving. Just keep moving. Keep moving. Do a bunch of paintings, and some of them will be good, and a lot of them won't. Then the ones that really are not good, hey, here you go. We're fixing one now, and this is my third attempt, so let's all hope. And this is going live. We're going live. So I don't want to mess with what I have up here. It's nice. I just want to maybe integrate it. Now we'll do this technique called dry brushing, where I have the brush perpendicular to the surface of the board, and I would just hit it lightly. See? It's really nice. But, alright, I warn you, that is a very dangerously addictive technique. Yeah, you want to be careful. But so yeah, as the junkie, the dry brush junkie advises you not to do the drug. He's going in again because he saw how magical it was up there, how it integrated that pink with the blue, magic. But so we can do a little of that here. Boom, boom, boom. Just don't get crazy, man. So we stop. Although what I like to do is get back. Right now I'm painting with my glasses on. I wonder if I do have a little of that blue left. And I just look. Nice thing I like about painting with my glasses off, and you can do the same thing if you have good vision by blurring your vision. Is now I'm just looking for eye-catching spots. I don't want to lose all the gestural expressive stuff. Okay, and I do like how I knocked this back. I think that's stronger. I want some glow, so I'm going into very thin. This mixture here is very thin indeed. I just grabbed some, I want to glow. I gotta be careful with this, that's cad yellow. I gotta be careful with that cad yellow because it takes over. I've been playing with cad yellow ever since I learned that it doesn't oxidize with the lead white, which was a myth. I mean, it can, but not in most paint mixtures, not in most. So we're just glowing just for fun. And at this point too, I'm getting a little tight, not with detail, but with spots that catch my eye, like. And because my paint is so thin, I don't want to lose that good thing I had, baby. Because my world was empty without you, baby. Anyway, oh yeah, so I was saying, like, the album on Spotify. Yeah, and I'm going to try an experiment. I guess I'll just pop this on YouTube as is. God, that would save a lot of time. We're going live. What I can't really do is stream right now, I don't think, because the customer can come at any time. But I don't mind rambling alone, especially while working, because a lot of what I'm saying is just, I don't want to get too tweaky here, but I feel like want the effect. These things are in the back, and they're sort of subtle. Okay, because your average viewer is very good at filling in little details and things, you know. Alright, so I want to address this back here. I'm actually pretty happy with all the green stuff. I already, in the second revision, I kicked things up, made them interesting there, and you don't want to overwork any of that. That's the other thing. Don't overwork your painting. The revising a painting is not an excuse to redelineate everything. It's more a process of like, oh, I see differently now. I've learned some things. I can, and also, yeah, you just I don't go in with a plan, and I think that's exciting. Whereas with my normal stuff, I have a total plan. Yeah, now here I was just talking about how I like the back, and I wasn't going to mess with it, but. One thing I like to do, and this is a trick a lot of tonalist painters do, so I just got straight cat yellow here, but I'm going to modify it. I got to dirty it up. I grabbed a little of this green. That's Mike's green. Now, if you want to know what Mike's green is, you better watch some more videos, okay? Because that's a secret. I can't tell you every secret in every video. It's not a secret if you look at any of my 500 videos, but okay, so a ruler. You know, you can't even buy these things here in New Zealand. Isn't that bad? I bought 2 last time I was on vacation. Yeah, like that. And I'm gonna wipe my brush off. I don't seldom actually clean my brush, and sometimes I actually clean my brush with the oil, which is, you know, geez, that's kind of expensive, I guess, but whatever. Alright, so I got glazy mixtures. This is all still, I leave it on my palette, it's all good. I'm going to bring a little of that sky here, because it just seems too all in a rowy is what I would tell my students. It's all in a rowy. So I'm adding bits of blue, and bits of blue into yellow mixtures don't always create green, because what changes that is one of the very first things I learned. One of my first teachers of landscape painting, his name was Smitty, and I don't remember his actual name, but everyone called him Smitty for years. He was an airplane pilot that had a second career as a painter. He would go to these corporations and teach painting classes. And he was retired, of course, he could afford to do that, and he, God bless you, Smitty. You put the bug. It took me years to manifest it. I didn't actually start. All of that early landscape painting was when I was 18. And I didn't get back into it until 40s. And that's not the right tone necessarily, but you know, we could just knock it back. Anyway, talking about here. So yellow. Lead white, yellow, little blue. Let me see what I'm up to. Let me see. It might not even work, but that's okay, because you know what? On these redos, you can actually get a little bit of oil, or even some of your. I use the Gamblin. I like the Gamblin. Gamblin, you can advertise and do Gamp salt. That stuff's great, man. I keep it in a little bottle like that, yeah. But I don't really use it for painting, but I would if I needed to wipe things off. So what am I doing? I'm going mad, but I keep, see I'm working, I'm trying things out. You have to, here's a good one for you. Free education for you. But hey, you know what? I'm embracing it, it's all free. Sorry. Hey, but I'll tell you what, you go, wow, this is awesome, look at all this free. So cool. And what's really cool about it is that I'm so poor, I can't afford anything, so I really appreciate that. That's how I am. But, well, I'm not totally poor, but yeah, totally, you know, not like anyone else. But, yeah, that's why I like to sell paintings on my store. I could get into prints and stuff too, but I like to sell small originals for you could go there. You could buy a little one. That's one for 100 something. And it'd be pretty cool. Alright, that's enough with this guy. Yeah, and hey, you don't have to buy nothing, man, from me. This is all free. I've been sharing information. I was on the forefront of this because I made a decision after I started videotaping. It was like, oh yeah, I want to hoard all this and sell all this. But I'm very open with everything I do. You know, and this is another level of that. But I think the time's pretty good. We'll see how it does. I'll put it up. I don't really care, to be honest, because I'm doing this for me, you know. But I like to share. It makes me feel good, and I love interacting with people who dig my channel, dig my work. So, yeah, I was gonna move on. Actually, I was thinking of moving on to this tree. Now you can see this is one of the reasons why I put that ruler down, because from this, I'm actually painting at quite a steep angle, just for you, by the way. Just for you, it'd be much more comfortable to paint straight on. I've gotten so used to painting at this angle from videotaping. I have to paint at an angle so that you see everything clearly. And some people would have said, oh, I'd like to see you painting it, da-da-da-da-da. It's like, that might happen when I get into some bigger things. If I do, I don't know, it's like, I got no room for giant paintings in my life right now. I really don't. I'm sorry. This space it's pretty cramped. It's not exactly cramped. Actually, it's bigger in a lot of ways than what I have. Alright, that was a little bit of dry brushing. And what we're going to do is, like, this is getting a little manky. That's a word my wife likes to use, manky. I think it's a good word. So that's intense. You don't want everything in your painting all, you know, grabbing you. You don't want that. No, so we're going to knock that back. But it had an effect. Trust me, subtle effect. Here, that's okay. I don't want that to be as strong as it looked when I put it down. Same thing here. I was pretty happy with that. So a lot of what I'm doing here is just unifying things, and there's spots that I find are distracting, but I want to keep the creative, quick feeling of what was there. Also, every now and again, like the overt straightness in that. Oh, that would have seen better days. Okay, that's a good place to pause. And we're back. Like we never left. Yeah, so everything I did, I just did, by the way. We're live. With my glasses off. So now I put my glasses on. Oh, and I needed some swabs. Where are they? I saw them recently. Yeah, I should have done that earlier. I need the swabs. Oh, I need them. I have many drawers in my kingdom. Okay. Yeah, here we go. I got swabs. We've got some swabs, eh? Yeah, now before I've been talking about leaving the sky, but will I? Now my whole yellow bit's been contaminated with green, so when that happens, you scrape it off. You put it over there, you never know. You never know. I throw it away, don't keep it overnight. That. But hey, a little palette maintenance now would be good for me. Everyone's different there, so don't worry about how other people like to do that. Also, yeah, I see my white's all manky, and just cleaning it all up. And I keep a here's my tip. While they last, I use a phone book, and I wipe my paint off from that. That's a great tip. I shouldn't tell anyone about that because soon they will be in short supply. That's a good tip though, because paper towels cost money. And you know, lots of times I'll just do everything with a paper towel. So right now I am taking the time to do pellet maintenance, but we're live. We've gone live. Yeah. By pellet maintenance, I mean I like to just clean things up. I like things. Sometimes chaotic, but then we always pull it back in. And I've been happy lately just painting with this Rublev. You can advertise on this channel because I like your white. It's pretty groovy. It's really, really gooey. Look at this. Yeah, it's got this like goo, but pretty cool. We don't need a lot for what we're doing today, so I'm not going to put a lot out. Although it'll stay okay on your palette for a while. I love this stuff. I highly recommend it. That's money well spent. Yeah. Yeah, so the good thing about interruptions, you know, don't get all nuts about interruptions. They're great because you can see things. So remember how I went into with that yellow there? I was like, I don't care, we're losing that white. And you were going, oh wait, don't lose that white, man. Actually, check this paint out. Like when you grab some, you always get these like strings. It's crazy, but it's nice. I support them. I like the Michael Harding white too. I like the, they're all different. All of these different whites are different. So there's yellow in my brush. That's why I'm getting this. I'll leave that there. So what am I doing? Well, I missed that light color, but white is not white. So now this has a greenish quality. The number one reason that permanent orange is on my palette is to get rid of that. But you go back and forth. I mean, some people might be quicker. It's time to have a look. Yeah, I've gone too far with that. I don't know if you can see that. Back into that. But it has had an effect. Everything you do, yeah, see. And then I've always known I was going to go back into the white. But you can see it has a lot more character. Like that. So it's really just a matter now of getting it to show up but without it being blowing out white. I don't care if it's blowing out white in the video. I mean, come on. I actually do videotape almost every hour with my painting because I'm like that. Because it's easy. Why not? I mean, if the masters could have done that, they would have done it. Why not do it? Look, you get the strings hanging off of this stuff, but I don't mind. So this looks super white. But look how much I did before I went in. It's important. It's important to take the time. We need that lighter bit. And here you talk about brush strokes. It's just using I use the corner of the brush a lot. You notice that. And if I feel something's too strong, like this I hadn't even really noticed till now. And I don't get really crazy about tweaking every little detail. That will not make your paintings good. Don't do it. Just, you know what, just do a bunch of paintings. Keep it expressive, keep it sincere and authentic. Yeah, and then pull back. And this is what caught my eye when I even went into the sky at all. I'm going to add some permanent orange to the mix, yeah. And then that has almost a cooling effect in a way, where this is definitely warmer. So I don't, you know what I'm missing from my palette is burnt sienna, but burnt umber will do a stand-in. Although that's not really helping. No. There's reasons why I have everything on my palette that I do, and that is, when I say burnt sienna, I mean Gamblins, transparent earth red. Love this color. It's the same as, actually the reason I call it burnt sienna is because it's the same as Winsor Newton. What they call burnt sienna is the PR 101. Okay, anyway, that's a good place to pause, right? Well, we could probably do this while the person is using the facilities here. Okay, so in adding too much back into the yellow, which, trust me, will have sort of, yeah, it's warming, but it's also, I consider cat yellow to be very coolish. Just want to know I don't need to get tweaky. And this feels, don't worry about if what you did is wrong, because you can always fix it. Alright, we'll leave it there. See you in a little while. And we're back. Only this time with a cup of tea. I won't show you my disgusting cup. You gotta have a good mix of order and chaos in your life, I think. But I do clean it. I wipe it out. I wipe out the inside. But I like to keep the outside up. Nice patina. It's my Mr. Happy cup. Yeah. Because I'm happy. No, I'm sort of done futzing with that sky, but one thought I had, it's like, yeah, the only way I can really improve things, at least to my ability, would be to let it dry and reglaze it. Yes, and you must wait for your painting to dry before you glaze it. Think about that, because if you try and rub oil, thin oil paint over your freshly painted wet paint, that is not going to work. So yeah, we got to stop here pretty soon. I'm seeing one other thing that's catching me. I'm going to go in. See, this is better than streaming, because streaming everything. My wife came to take our dog Denny away. Denny has been there for most of my paintings, definitely any painting you've seen. So what am I after? I don't know, over here this seems blah to me. I just want to do something. It doesn't need to be strong. And also I have a tendency to get a lot of bars and things, and sometimes if I'm lucky enough to see the bars, if you're lucky enough to notice it, fix it. To break them up a little. Okay, yeah, no, the other thing, I don't want to get all painty in this guy, I'm done with it. I do have a brush sitting here. See, there's nothing on that, that's been cleaned. Another cheapie, Art Spectrum, #1. Actually, I was looking for #2, but too lazy to get a #2, so we're gonna do some work here, and then we're gonna call it a day. We're definitely done with, oh yeah, no, the one thing I want to say about the sky. So, one thing I can do is do a little picking and scratching. You know who was big in on this was old George Anness himself. So, don't get too picky, don't get too scratchy, but little eye-catching things you don't like, some of them are in the previous painting. Can't do much about that right now. That's okay too. Don't sweat it, man. You know, because all that stuff that bothers you, is no one's gonna notice. Only you'll notice. I like that. I just want. So I use this technique for doing very smooth. It's doing nothing there. Although I did have a brush, and I do have on my palette one thing. I'm trying to fix something. Going into the white. I'm not going to hold this palette right now. Going into white, going into cat yellow, back into the white. Just pretty thin, not making a lot of paint, because what I want to do is just do a little dry brushing here, which is another smoothing technique. You want to watch out, because when you're close up, you're going to see all this groovy detail. You're going to think it's great. And what always follows the dry brushing for me is the inevitable swipe with the paper towel. Make sure it's clean. My God, you don't want to smear. Also, this is getting... So, you even see people like old Richard Schmidt do this softening technique. They don't use a paper towel. A lot of times they use... I don't know, I forget what he uses. It's been ages since I've seen his DVDs. I got some of his back in 2012. They're great. I recommend them. This 4 seasons, I think he did. It's great. I don't paint like that guy. He's smart. I'm not dumb. I ain't that smart. So, into the CAD, into the white, into the CAD, into the white. What am I doing? I said I wouldn't do this. I don't have much white on my palette, actually. I just put a dot there, so I'm just kind of smoothing. I see some blotches. So to me, that's a lot of what I'm about. I see blotches, I fix them. I create problems, and then I solve them without trying to choke the life out of it. So I've been sitting here holding these this whole time, like, why am I doing that? Yeah, I don't really need this now. I like that though. I don't know, screech. That's good. Like I said, not gonna get all ready, but it's a blending technique. But it's a blending technique that doesn't make things smeary. I haven't seen a lot of other people do it too, but I imagine I know Ines did. I heard he scritched, and I said we were gonna leave this guy. I know it. See, this is what I spare you, so you'll see. Spare you all this. This is why I give you 15-minute videos, but I'll throw this up when and I figured a redo would be great because a live other painting would be a production. Maybe not with a mini, but you know, I'm out of white, but I'm too lazy to get more white. Creating color, I didn't even know. I'm going back into the cobalt. I was trying to do it with phthalo. So what do I like about cobalt over phthalo? Cobalt is flatter. Phthalo is a lot more transparent and a lot more like in your face in a way. See, I can bear down, I can get more color. This is just weight. So you want to know about brush strokes. But you don't want to do too much of this either because, you know, the worst paintings in the world are all these totally smooth paintings for all the lifespan. Dry brush, maybe. Oh, we can do it, see. Again, you don't want it looks groovy, but you don't want to get carried away. It's just doing some integrating. I think it's improved it, but you gotta know when to stop, and that's why we have transition going on here. In fact, we talk about blurry, blobby, blah, 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 blah. I don't especially enjoy. I gotta get this palette out of I don't especially enjoy how blobby that area is, so I'm going to add some interest. I didn't have that planned, but I like it. Look at you. Yeah, so on a good day, you can paint. You can just paint. It's no big deal. I don't worry about it. You know, I just do stuff. And then, like, okay, so that's a little facey. By facey, I mean it has an etched, crusty feeling. You don't want too much of that. I have a lot of that going up in there, actually. You can really back off a lot of it. Some of it you want a balance between smear and naturally smear. Like this crust here is bothering me, so I can go in, just bear in with some paint, remove the crusty quality, which I love. I like a bit of crust. But you gotta know. You gotta know when to say when already. Okay, be careful with this kind of thing because. You want to create more pipes. Well, it's been really quiet at the sorted angle, so it is the universe saying this was probably a good plan. We're going to try something. We're going to try and wrap it up. The rest of the dust guys. So remember, I can back things off with that. And then if there's little tiny picky bits, I can get in and get more strategic and even dig things out. That's inside some sort of groove. Maybe get microscopic. Yeah, it's a little something there. I thought that was blah. Alright, so I promised we were going to get into the trees. I was even holding this brush. Alright, here we go. I'm going to hold this up for you. Of course, the brush gets dipped into some oil, and usually I'll take a spot on the palette and kind of put my oil there. Now, I have my pre-mixed Secret Mike Green, which, really to find out what's in that, there's some plenty of videos. It's not a secret if you watch my videos, you already know what's in it. So, but that's the base for almost everything I do. So whether it's cool, like this has a cool feeling, which I like, and that's the only reason this intensely, like it's all dry. It's alright, we're going to push in. Inside that dry bit's all I need, because that's such a strong color, like way more than I want. That's looking nice. And then I'm going to get some of this is my new little toy, which is the yellow ochre from, who was that from? Old Holland. They make nice paint. It's pricey paint, but it's nice. So always bring, gosh, should I give you all the secrets? Hey, always bring reds into your greens, alright? Yeah. But you see, I am influenced with this cool green as well. So greens are very complex, but I have a base, and the base I use is Mike's green. Anyway, here's another tip: you just roll out excess paint off. You get more paint. You don't want too much gloppy paint on your brush. And you know what? If you were one of my students, which I don't like to have too many because it gets exhausting. So why did I go with the yellow ochre? Well, I need some opacity to this real transparent stuff. Otherwise, my marks won't make a mark. Now that's a test. I'm gonna go with a little more of that phthalo in there. Another test. Okay, and I like what's there. I just think it's too dull, too one-dimensional. It doesn't mean I want to push too far in, but everything's up. Like I put in that branch, so I'm going to make that work a little bit. Also, I want some random expressive quality. Pretend I'm Sergeant for 1 minute. Now that's going to be you say, oh Mike, you're going way too far, man. You're out of control. Yeah, I know. Don't worry. So I'm wiping off my brush. And I'm finding a good spot on the old paper towel, and I'm just going to back off there. Back off. But it's nice. It's a little something there. Right. It's nice. I got some black in there too. I felt it sticky. The one that fits with these trees, I don't feel like comfortable with that real bright green there. I'll tell you that. It jumps out to me, in hindsight. Makes things look kind of artificial, and there's a certain artificiality to this painting, which I like. I'm embracing it. It's fine. I pushed everything to a certain place, and it's consistent with what I do. I'm going to pull that. Oh, it's a little sharp. We gotta wrap this up because we're getting to. Oh no, actually, I still have this color on my brush. I'm gonna go into, guess what? Burn umber. Love it. It's great. Into my green mix, pretty much straight up. I love burnt umber so much. I was trying to paint without my favorite burnt sienna, and burnt sienna is going to be probably like a spurned lover now, which probably won't work for me. I don't know. It's like, you didn't even used to have burnt umber on the palette. Now you'd feel like you can get by without me. Like you don't even need your burnt sienna. I'm sorry I was unfaithful, but sorry, you guys are missing the comedy out. Yeah, I have these thoughts. Anyway, I kind of like what was there, but it was all, I've been glazed over. And that's the thing, when you glaze, you paint back up. Don't think you can get away with just glazing things and walking away. That doesn't look good, not usually. Even if it's a few dots of this and that. So this area bothers me. It's a little blonde. Not that I want it all defined. I don't like that. So I mean, I could do it if I wanted to, but I don't like to get things too defined. But some things are bothering me. That was just going into my tree mixture with a bit of cad yellow. And there's cad yellow and a dot of this permanent orange. And you can see what I'm up to, because this is just blah here, right? But and I don't want to get all weird, but that doesn't hurt. It's not hurting. Back into the cad yellow. Bert seeing that. See, I need you. Please don't leave me. Okay. Oh yeah. We won't get too groovy with this stuff. You don't want every bit of your painting all distracting either. That's the other thing. Figure out what's important. Like here, to me, it's pretty much the sky thing. There is another thing that just catches my eye that I deal with. So that's a good thing about moving to different areas, thinking in different areas. Especially this type of painting here, because I've already established the basic composition. I've improved it, but it's not dramatically changed from the flawed painting. Hopefully it's getting less flawed. I like to think. You gotta believe in yourself, especially while you're working. You gotta believe. Don't get too crazy with the picking. Don't. To be honest, this was looking too crusty. I'm gonna just soften it. And that one little point back there is irksome. I have to strategically dig things out. A lot of times I don't want things too eye-catching. And if I gotta gouge it out, I will. Oh, that's stubborn ass. It's okay. Goodbye. Alright. Goodbye. This has caught my eye too. I don't like that. I don't like some of this. Some of it, look at it and I go, what the hell is that? But I know what it is. We know what it is. So I was talking about that briefly, and that's tricky because it's all glowy and faint in the back, but I'm leaving the old palette. Sorry, I'm going into my old tree mix right there with some of this permanent orange and get right up on here, and I just want to see what happens if I go like that. And bring in the dot of the cad yellow. So there's a lot of saturation there, but one of the things is I want some glow, so I'm using just the very tips of my brush. I like that. I don't want to get too delineating. I'm good delineating. That thing's, you could remember this was bothering me. Maybe you could just fix it a little. Just go away. Yep. So when the towel gets too, I go through lots of them, I feel bad. But I wonder what it was like for the old painters having to use rags and things. So you thought that was not good, but I knew I was going to hit it with the brush. Same thing with that, all that little tweakiness or whatever. Here we are getting tweaky. I think we're pretty much done. So squint down, my friend. Good advice. Lots of painters will give you that advice. You're gonna have to buy the DVD though, right? Like I did. But that was another time, that was another world. I think the universe just wants information to be free, but I tried Patreon and all that too. If you want to support me, go buy a painting. Or, I don't know, just keep watching my stuff. Actually, if enough people watch this, then the Google robot will go, ooh, hey, this is a niche. Tonalist painting is a niche. That's not even a new paint there. Yeah, I don't see a lot more to do than this. Oh, that's a little facey. You can really, because this has got multiple coats of liquid and lots of stuff going below it, any point in time you can decide to smooth things way back. I usually like to pick, but right now I'm going to be looking at this because, it's getting too crusty, and so But it's all added up to some pretty nice little patina. So we won't in it. I'll leave all that. Heck no. Am I gonna leave it? No, once I've noticed it, oh God, I don't know what's going on here. I don't even want it. Why was I gonna leave it? I was going back into this this mixture here with a little bit of the old crimson, which of course was too strong, as you was our crimson. It was too strong. It was, and then I always got to counterbalance with the old cad yellow, which is cad yellow now. For it's Hansa yellow for, and you know what? Hansa yellow is in my green. It is my green. I can't make a lot of colors without Hansa yellow, but I don't want little bars. I don't want no bar. Funny how the same color for the sky is working back here, but that's the plan. So there's tons of paint in the brush always. You can bear down and get more of it. So I'm getting a little tweaky, more tweaky than I like to get, but I can see it right now. If you can see it, you fix it. Alright. Do that. Problem with all that stuff is the crust. I don't know what. All that okay. Thank you for joining me today. Let's see if you made it this far. And check out this pretty cool little toy car. They're selling this here, but I saw it when it came in. I'm coveting it. Look, the whole thing's metal. Made in Hong Kong a long time ago. Cool, yeah. Anyway, yeah, my website, landscapepainter.co.nz, or NZ as we say in the US. You want to buy this painting, you say, because, wow, it's just so great. Well, I need a day or two for it to dry. I like to coat them with liquid, but they really should be varnished later. Everything you buy from me should be varnished. I just don't like to add varnish. Like, if I'd added varnish to this painting back in 2013, I wouldn't have been able to get it to this state. So that's why I don't add varnish. I need the option. While the painting's in my possession now, after it's in a gallery and you buy it, I think you should varnish it, personally. And it's fun. I recommend Gamsol varnish for all of my paintings because I like gambling. And gambling, if you're advertising on YouTube, it's a big chance, man, because I like their painting a lot. It's my main go-to. They don't like lead white. Although they make cad yellow, I don't understand that. Oh, somebody wants to talk. Anyway, that's it. Let's say goodbye. Let me know if you like this format. If you do, we can try this again. When it's quiet, whatever. Bye.